Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about what's the right way to use AI, right? So we encourage candidates to use AI in our work, and we also encourage candidates to uh, sort of use AI in the selection process. However, there are a lot of candidates that we rejected for not sharing proper reflections and for using, AI in the reflections. Now, I would like to, practically show you a few things right now. So you see, this is a ChatGPT thread of mine. So there's a candidate who sent me this particular email, right? So what I did is I just copy pasted into my ChatGPT thread and I asked it, can you tell me what are the AI motives in the response? So it gave me some of the traits, right? What is likely to be AI in this response? Then what I did is give me a list of all the motives. So it gave me like 35 patterns that it found key why it is a AI machine generated language. Then it has given me an explanation. So I know that, what it's talking about is right. And then at the end, what I thought is, okay, there are some things which are subjective, right? Maybe could be wrong. So I said, just give me the sentence motives, right? So for example, I found myself relating. Now, in any AI, if in any response, when you see this kind of sentence, right, humans don't usually use this. Very, very few humans use it. And that too, somebody who's from a state board education background usually does not use this kind of, only somebody who's a poet who writes a lot of poems and so on uses it. But the article's tone is not that of somebody who writes a lot of poems. So, these AI motives, were found out, and I just compiled a list of all the motives and I just mailed it back to the candidate saying, sorry, boss, you've used AI. Now, an important question for us all to investigate, we'll investigate with ChatGPT. So, Deep Thought has rejected me saying that I used AI in my assignment. And Deep Thought is giving me the feedback that if I'm overly reliant on AI and if I'm copy pasting responses on AI, and if I'm not writing on my own, it can affect my critical thinking. I believe I have all the skills related for this role. Why is it that Deep Thought is telling me that I do not have the skills related to this role? Now, this is a question that a candidate is asking. How would you respond to this question that a candidate is asking? Is it factually correct when the candidate says, I have all the skills for the business analyst role? If the candidate is not having the ability to read the guidelines, understand, and frame their own thoughts, because a lot of Indian state board educated students or even students coming from CBSE schools where English teachers are not up to the mark believe that reading and writing skills are not very important for a software developer or a business analyst. What is a factual response to this question? So you see, I asked ChatGPT the same question that many of you may have asked. The reason why I'm showing this to you in ChatGPT is, in the video also in the description, I'm going to put this link of this ChatGPT thread. So in your mother tongue, you can ask questions to ChatGPT and it can help you discover what is the problem. So first, what is ChatGPT telling us? Factually, it is, the candidate is saying that I don't know how to read and write, but I have all the skills. I know, say Python or R or something, right? I mean, whatever is the skill set that you believe, I mean, which programming language really doesn't matter because I think if you know one programming language, you can always learn the others later. So we don't really look at the specific programming language. So yeah, so many candidates think that if I know SQL or if I have some certifications, I am good enough to be a BA. And in lower tier schools, right? Uh, Ratta marke answer likhna and all of that is awarded. So many of them feel like writing is just English and AI is just helping me with my English. Maybe I'm good enough, right? But for a business analyst, you should be able to gather the requirements and you should be able to understand the requirements and you should be able to come up with your own solution for that. Now, so you see what it is telling. Deep Thought did not reject you because you used AI. They rejected because you outsourced your thinking. Outsourced your thinking, matlab, आपने सोचा नहीं है, you have not thought, you asked somebody else to do the thinking for you. And a business analyst is supposed to do that thinking. Now you see, 70% of a business analyst job is to read documents, sit in meetings, understand what people are saying, interpret it. Interpret means try to, what is its meaning, right? Searching for the meaning of what they're saying, and also asking questions and clarifying assumptions. And even software developers, you're reading tickets, when people are saying that there's a bug, there's a ticket, and that ticket is sometimes not clearly explained. Sometimes the documentation is not clear. In any company, documentation will not always be clear. So you have to apply your thinking, right? So whatever, your training institute or your college told you is factually incorrect if they say that reading and writing skills are not important for a business analyst or a software developer role. Now, one more question we'll ask AI now is, uh, if I'm overly using AI for everything and I'm not thinking on my own, will that affect my career, and how will it affect my career? Your thinking muscle gets weak. That's what it's saying, right? Whatever you're able to think that, I mean, what happens is when the brain is supposed to have that natural friction. You have a problem, you struggle with that problem, and then you come up with an answer. Now that becomes weak when you're getting an easy thing. It's like you don't do physical exercise, your body gets weak, right? And it is not your own work because you're not reading everything carefully and writing rewriting on your own. And the thing is, whatever AI gives you, right, at least 50% of it, it's important to rewrite unless you've trained that AI really really well to your style. For example, if you see my threads, I've really trained AI to my style of thinking, which is why it gives me what I really want. But end of the day, I am the one deciding what goes out, right? Not AI. AI is just my assistant. And third one is a very critical judge thing, right? Your own judgment is very important in a career, right? Because if you don't bring judgment to the table, you're not needed. No, AI can do all the work. So in the early career, you may just be able to do tasks. AI will help you do tasks. You may survive. But in the mid career, things get affected very badly. That's what it is telling here, right? So if you're overly relying on AI, your thinking, capabilities are also going to get affected. So it's important to, think on your own, use AI as an assistant. So how does one, use AI as a thinking companion rather than, just a quick answer for the assignments or taking shortcuts? Okay. Now I'll show you some of my threads, how to use AI the right way. Now, why this is so you guys would have got a message on Internshala. So think of how I use AI to write that message. So you see, I wrote a message and I said, improve the email. It gave me the mail. Now I gave it an input that, hey, this is missing. Don't use Gen AI to improve grammar and so on. So it brought that thing. Then I rewrote on my own and I asked it to improve. So wait, this was some other thing. So here, so you see, I felt that it's very transactional, right? It is not showing the value system of the company. So I gave it a prompt key, improve the fragrance and flavor, of DT fellowship, put it in this. It knows what it means because in another thread, I've, clarified to it what I mean by fragrance and flavor of DT fellowship. So then I gave it a psychological prompt that if I'm inviting someone, I want that person to be serious and I want to get commitment out of the candidate so that less serious candidates don't come in one of the mails that I sent. So then it gave me a sentence which was too abstract, right? A student will not understand it. So I asked it to change that sentence because it's too abstract. So as you can see, and you see the prompt. This doesn't hit the nerve of a recent college grad. Use the idiom that a non-native English speaker relates to. So that way, the language will be less American style language and more of the kind of language that Indians will relate with. So this way, there's a lot of to and fro going on. Like you see, I gave it a response. Yeah, this is a critical thing for you guys to look at, right? I gave it a message. It changed my message. I said, look, I'm trying to bring a mindset shift in the candidate. You're completely destroying the mindset shift. So it understood, what I was trying to do. And instead of it correcting me, I corrected it here, right? And then it dropped the word maturity. I said maturity and clarity are two words that are psychologically very important. Then it understood and it rephrased what I was talking about. So the point I'm trying to make through all of this is when you use AI, right, it's important to counter AI's hallucination. AI is not always correct. If AI was always correct, you would not need that job. What I will do is I'll just create all the workflows and I'll make AI only do the job without you having to do anything in between, right? AI only will make the dashboard for me. AI only will give the insights of what to do and so on. But AI gets it wrong because whatever is very subjective, whatever is very contextual, right? जब पे human judgment की जरूरत पड़ती है वहां पे AI gets it wrong. For that you have to have the critical thinking कि जो भी AI बता रही है, you're able to read it, understand it, and debate it. So like how you saw in my thread, right? I showed some examples how I was debating AI and telling AI this is not correct. That kind of effort is very important. And so this is why in some activities we encourage you to use AI, but in some activities we say that AI is not allowed. So in those activities, why we say AI is not allowed is there are some things you should do without AI so that you're able to develop your own thinking muscle. But if you are like, trying to be dishonest and do everything with AI, I know for sure that even if I hire you, you'll probably be dishonest with the role and there'll be a waste of your time and our time because after a point, you'll not be able to do justice to the role. Because a serious business analytics role is about lots of problem solving on a daily basis. And for that problem solving, that ability, to put that effort, to think, to read documents and understand is very important. So three quick points I want to share. One, if you say that I know SQL, I know Python, I know Power BI and Tableau, I have all the skills to be a business analyst, incorrect. Ability to, read documents, understand documents, form your judgment, solve problems is majority of the skill set. Power BI and all are just tools, right? Just with tools, one doesn't become an engineer. One becomes an engineer with problem solving abilities. Tools are just 30% of the story. 70% of it is thinking ability. So ability to read, ability to write is important. Point number two, blindly relying on AI is not a good thing because while working with AI, the most important ability is to beat AI's hallucination, to do negative prompting, to debate with AI, to do negative prompting so that AI gets onto the right path is very important. And point number three, what I've mentioned here is that if you have to use AI as a thinking partner, right? And whatever I showed you here, if you didn't understand, what you can always do is if you didn't understand what I said, what you can always do is dump this video into a YouTube transcriptor. It will give you a transcript of this video. Put the transcript into ChatGPT and tell it explain it to me in my mother tongue. So then it can explain it to you in your mother tongue. So that way you can figure things out. But the 3 points again, thinking ability is important, not just tools. And second thing is ability to beat AI hallucination is very important. And the third thing is use AI as a thinking partner, right? Explore things with AI. The curiosity is very important. So these are three attributes I wanted to mention. And we rejected people for three reasons. One reason is, the complete answer was AI generated. Why? That means that the person is dishonest, right? So that's very straightforward. Second is there was no reflection in the email, which means the candidate didn't read the guidelines. So, which means the person is not reading the documentation properly. Number three is the reflection is no way connected to the LinkedIn article. They read the LinkedIn article but could not understand. So whatever they're writing is no way connected to what is explained in the LinkedIn article. That means your reading skills and writing skills are underdeveloped. So if your reading skills and writing skills are underdeveloped as a business analyst, that will lead to issues in the project. Now, what will happen when your reading skills and writing skills are underdeveloped is you'll need lot of spoon feeding and you'll need lots and lots of training before you finally learn what to do because people who do not have proper reading and writing skills only get trained by repetition. They don't get trained by thinking. We want people who can get trained faster, and the people who can get trained faster are the people who can think. So even if your English is weak, but you can think well in Hindi, your English is weak, but you can think well in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Marathi, Bengali, Odia, Gujarati, whatever, doesn't matter. If you're a thinker, I think we're very interested in working with you. So I hope this feedback is very clear. The reason why I've taken the time to record this video is I know some of you have put genuine efforts in doing the assignment. I don't want you to feel bad. I want you to get something. After putting that much of time and effort in doing the assignment, I want you to get something. That is why I've put this video. I hope you'll take it positively and try to improve yourself, right? If you have any other questions or if you want me to explain some other topic, you want guidance on something else, leave it in the comments. I'm more than happy, to help you out. Anyway, today is a holiday, January 1st, got the time to record this video. So feel free to ask anything else. And youth are the future of India. If you guys develop yourself and if you guys do well, India's future will be bright. You're young, you have a lot of time ahead of you. You can definitely develop yourself. Wishing you all the best. Do well.